Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today for manhood. Women are practically begging men to not walk away. Please like and share down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Modern women are practically begging men to not walk away.
I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 in April next year, so not that long left. I'm going to be 29 years old, and there is not a single soul on this planet who wants to be the love of my life. Where the f*** are you, please? Where are you? Because I am sick of this. I'm sick of the streets. I'm sick of everything. At this point, I might just, I don't know, maybe change sides. What's going on, please? Tell me. What's going on?
I feel like that's what's going to happen with a lot of women. They're going to have to change sides if they want some kind of partnership.
This is the situation of many modern women after the realization of the fact that they are going to grow old without a man at the rate at which men are going their own way. These are
I think men are just so much more okay with going our own way and being alone and single than women are. Women are just so much more social creatures. Men have been alone most of their lives, if you think about it, like throughout all of history. A good chunk of men, at least.
women who have given men reasons to stay away from them due to their crazy attitude birthed from feminism and delusions. Women in their mid-30s start hitting this realization after their 20s, thinking life can move on for the better without men in their life. Women are begging men for a chance. No jokes. Watch this woman who left her husband to be on the altar, only to try to get back in his life after 12 years.
Hi, Patrick. How are you? I haven't talked to you in a very long time, and I know that I left you on the altar.
Wait, Aubrey?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
We've seen this clip before, and it was a devastating clip for this man. This man is apparently, you can easily tell that he is not over this woman. He is not over that whole incident of her leaving him at the altar.
I cannot believe this is happening. I mean, I haven't talked to you in over like 10 years, 12. And, I mean, you literally broke my heart.
I know.
Like, I mean, I was literally mortified. I'm standing in front of all my family and friends by myself, staring at nobody. And
I know.
it was literally the most mortifying thing I've ever experienced in my life. Yeah, I love you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you know, like no warning, nothing. I mean, if you were unsure of getting married to me for any reason, you should call me. We should have talked about it.
Carrie told me that you were cheating on me.
Okay, well that's.
Sisterhood prevails again. Right, guys? Women love keeping women single, especially when you have an actual good man. How many stories have we heard of women having good men, solid men, loyal men, men that take care of them, men that dote on them, to have a best friend or some other woman tell them some BS about that man, and that woman fully believes it. You've been with that man for many a years. You couldn't even ask him or confront him about some of these things that you were told. You just believed it and left the man. This is how much the sisterhood fucks each other over. This is how much women put emphasis on the sisterhood, even though they know the sisterhood is there to tear them down half the time.
Not true. I don't know why she would say that. I mean, I don't. But even if you should have spoken to me, like regardless. I mean, my heart was literally broken. I mean, you have long. I'm still not rebounded. I gave you my heart on my sleeve, and you ripped it, and you teared it apart. And now my trust issue. I have trust issues now with anyone. For the last 12 years, I've been trying so hard to move on, and you literally destroyed me. Literally, with no call. This is the first time I'm hearing from you in 12 years. You understand?
I mean, this man is emotional. I can totally understand it. And I understand that men need to keep their emotions intact, but sometimes, dude, if somebody brought up something about my mother, and it was just such a great memory or like a memory, I'm gonna probably tear up. I'm gonna probably tear up in front of everybody because fuck, I miss my mother. Like most memories of my mother, especially if other people can share the same memory with me. That's such a hard thing to do nowadays with people is to share the same memory. When someone speaks about, your mother or a loved one that's passed, and then you get to share that same memory with them, it's such a wonderful thing because it shows, oh, it wasn't just me that cared about my mother. Other people cared about my mother. Other people cared about her too. At least it puts a little bit of like warmth in my heart. And of course, it's going to break my heart down a little bit from like the cold, fucking dead, frozen heart that it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've not spoken to you in 12 years. You just literally vanished.
Okay, hold
Who
on.
does that?
More and more modern women are realizing that there's no hope for them, which is making them practically beg men for a chance. This is the second case of a woman calling men after many years that I have seen, but this is by far the worst. She left him on the altar, in front of his family and friends. She left him for mockery, and after 12 good years of not being able to find a man, she is begging and apologizing to him. Women are doing a lot of things. They have sworn that they would never do pre-wall, and they are lowering their standards because they have realized that the number of men who wish to give them listening ears is reducing. What is happening now is that a man takes a woman on a date, listen to her talk, and she never hears from him again.
That's the best part, man. They tell on themselves. I've been on plenty of dates now where the first date, I just don't really say much. I just let them go about their day, go about their talking, and they'll tell me, oh, I've been dating this, or I haven't been in a relationship in this long, and all this. They'll just tell me all of these things. You don't even have to ask. You don't even have to ask about body count. This is the stupidest thing to me when people go with anti-red pill about the body count thing. We don't even need to ask. Most men don't have to ask. Women just tell them, oh yeah, I lived a pretty wild life when I was younger. A lot of women even just straight up tell you that. That already knows they have a high body count.
Some women have been left on dates. Men don't listen to the delusional standards and requirements women place anymore.
Nope.
A woman who has gone on several dates and was clearly made to feel delusional by the men knows better to fix her delusion than to be able to get a man. Women are quickly coming to understand that commitment, love, undivided attention, and being treated like princesses are what they truly want. They are attempting to discard feminist ideals and come across to men as realistically as possible. Many women
It's too
are out
late
there
for a lot of them.
doing everything they can to get men's attention. Some women have paid people who promise to teach them how to make men chase them down.
Nope, coaches.
Sorry to break their heart, but it's not about what these women do now. It's about what women like themselves have done before.
Correct.
I see videos of women talking down other women's attitudes to appear supportive of what men want. I have also seen where
Yeah, they call them pygmies. Like they fucking trash women all the time that want to please men or want to be a good woman to their husbands. They want to be good wives. They call them slaves. They call them, they have no ambitions or goals in life. Why do these women in society nowadays love to measure themselves the way men measure themselves? It doesn't work the same way, ladies. And men will never see you in the same light as us.
women come out plainly to say, I was this, I was that, now I know better, I need a man. All these are good strategies, but men don't go by these stories anymore. Men want to see in real time what a woman is. Talk is cheap.
I've been single my entire life. I'm going to be turning 42 in August, and I've never had anybody love me or desire me or want to be with me. And I have so much love that I feel like that is inside of me with nowhere to go because it can't transfer to friends or my family or my parents because it's something separate, it's something different. And I've gathered all of this love since I was in high school, and then it just sits there and it eats me alive sometimes. And I'm bringing this up, oh my gosh, I just slammed my hand off of that. Sorry, I'm bringing this up because I'm lonely and sad and the world is hard and horrible. And I was thinking this morning that like no one's laid next to me in bed. I've never had the comfort of someone's arms around me. When I've had difficult moments, I've gotten through them by myself most of the time. Now I have a beautiful family of brothers and my mother and my dad when he was alive, and I love them. I'm grateful for them. But there's something different about having somebody that's there for you, next to you, with you, and it's a different kind of loneliness if you've been single all of your life.
Correct.
Feminism has taught modern women and convinced them that they don't need men, and they have pursued it so well and shut many men out of their lives. Even if they think of considering any man, they would not accept any average man.
Nope.
And would choose only Chads. But we are happy. It is not taking long for them to realize they are wrong. If the world needs men to keep running smoothly, how much more these bunch of modern women who cannot even think for themselves? The rush of regrets is hitting many modern women as they realize what it truly means if men go away and mind their own business. Many modern women are used to men simping and licking their feet to get access, which is why they have gotten so confident to claim they can move on fine without a man. But something is happening all over. The moment that modern women unconsciously wished for is becoming reality. Men have taken them seriously and are starting to walk away. They all think the ground is going to open up and swallow them.
You know, everyone tells you to be single and to find yourself, and coming from someone who was a relationship hopper for most of my life and has spent the last 2 years single, they're lying. And now I don't remember how to be in a relationship. Now I was just spent too long by myself. I enjoy being by myself because I was forced to be, because I forced myself to.
Yep.
And now I don't think that anyone is up to my standards. I wish I could rewind and go back to accepting the bare minimum, because at least I would not be alone right now. Like, hate to be the one who fucking addresses the elephant in the room. Having standards is all fun and games until you realize that, like, having standards means that you're probably going to be permanently single.
Yeah, when your standards are sky high, of course you're going to be single. There's no man that even meets those standards.
Do I just start my cat hoarding now?
Yep.
Somehow, modern women have been brainwashed into thinking that they are queens. Therefore, they need to raise their standards so high that only a few men can attain it.
They're queens, but there's no kings out there. Like, how can you be a queen without a king? There's very few kingdoms that are ran only by queens. Usually you have to marry into royalty. You don't just become royalty just because you call yourself a queen.
And they've bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. They've looked down on men, thinking they're better off without us. And if, by some miracle, they decide to consider a man, he will have to totally become a woman pleaser. But you know what? It's funny that they are fast realizing that they need to drop their standard and pursue men before they end up being a catwoman. You need to know what women are doing to find men. Home Depot, singles events, jogging sports, gyms, dating apps. Some women don't mind splitting bills on dates anymore.
Nope.
They are begging for men to look their way again. This does not surprise us in any way.
It's actually pretty funny because the more, the more later dates that I've gone on, the women were more willing to do 50-50 without me even saying anything. They're just like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice. It really shows that women have shifted slightly. I don't know if it's en masse. I cherry pick women quite differently. So I've noticed the reciprocation of wanting to do something on the first date.
Is what we have preached. We said we would be right here waiting for that time when modern women will take back their words and realize they need men.
Yes.
I have personally learned from this women's issue that experience has to be the best teacher. We are not here to teach women who don't listen.
Yep.
We are here so that men can be informed and live above the troubles that modern society can bring towards them.
And that's exactly why our channels are here. Our channels here are not to educate women. If women happen to come to our channel and get educated, wonderful. That's great. We want that. But that's not our goal. Our goal is always to inform men. And it's always been about men.
for women who are willing to pick up this information so that they won't become victims. That's all for today on Manhood.
Shout outs to manhood. That was some dusty chow. These women just were needing men because they're lonely. But we've been telling you this whole time. I thought you were strong and independent and don't need no man. And you got friends that are going to take care of you and your dogs and your family. What happened, ladies? Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.